Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. I hope you can hear me. I don't have my microphone on. I've been outside doing a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of winterizing. Just wanted to give you guys a quick tour. So let's go. We are in the end of October. As you can see, I'm in the cattle panel. These are the last 3 buckets that I have that have sweet potatoes in them. The second bucket is beginning to yellow, so it's time to take those potatoes. They're showing signs that they're ready to be done. But I came out this morning to walk the garden, and look what I see. It's flowering. It is still making. And the vines are very vigorous. As you can see, they're putting on a tremendous amount of growth. I have never been successful with overwintering a sweet potato vine, and I'm not going to try it this year. But as you can see, this vine goes all the way into my pepper plant. This vine goes all the way into my pepper plant. They are very vigorous, but I was very shocked to see that it is making flowers. It is the end of October. I think there's like maybe 3 or 4 more days left in the month, maybe 4. And this is what I have under the cattle panel. Sweet potatoes. I'm crossing my fingers that these buckets will produce some actual potatoes. As you all know, I harvested this bucket, and you saw me in the last video plant it up with peas. And from the looks of it, I have pea shoots popping up in the pot. It looks like some of them have fallen down. The rain has been tremendous over the past 3 days, but it is producing peas, y'all. We have peas. This is the only marigold that has hung on since the summertime. As you can see, it is hanging out of the pot. And if you've watched my videos, you know that I took all the marigolds that were growing and I put them all in their own individual pot. I had over 12 marigold plants. This is the only one that has survived from there, or from that time. And it is beginning to flower. Look at, I've got extra buds on there. It's flowering in the back. And I have more seeds that have begun to grow that I just recently planted here. It's the end of October and I have marigolds. This is not a plant that you generally see at this time of the year. But that's okay. There's still insects out and they need to eat. This morning glory had died back. There was nothing here but carnage, all death, as you can see. As you can see up under here, it was all just death, death, death. And I was going to take this out. And then I looked up and the morning glory is flowering. Not only is it flowering, look at all of the greenery. And if you see any dog poo over there, ignore it. I've got to pick that up. This is the dog area. I am going to be moving this morning glory. It is not going to live here in the 2024 season. I'm going to place another plant here that will grow tall. But the morning glory is going to be moved. Would you look at that? My spouse has been working on the pavers, making concrete pavers. They're not how they're going to be. I just laid them down to get them out of the way so that the other ones can be worked on, because we have a lot of pavers to make. So that's going to be a project that's going to be worked on for quite a bit of time, because we only have 2 molds and it takes quite a while to get that set up. The fire pit area is what we're going to work on first. I hope you can see that it is indeed coming along. It still doesn't look perfect, but again, I'm not going for perfect in my garden. I'm going for usable and workable for me and mine.
and I've cleaned everything up except for the wood chips that have been blowing because it's been raining. I have picked up the fire pit and put it on bricks. I hope you can hear me. The wind is blowing. I have put all these pots around the fire pit. I have planted them up with seeds. I wasn't expecting them to start germinating, but as you can see, if I move closer, I have morning glories and moonflowers and some other little bitty seedlings popping up. So they are more than likely not going to survive because we're going to get cold evenings for the next 2 days sometime this week. So those are going to die, but I'm putting out my perennial flower seeds, but the weather has just been so unseasonably strange that I have some stuff growing that shouldn't be growing. My greenhouse has been fortified. I've made sure that the inside panels are secure, the tables are in, and I'm getting ready to fill that up with plants. All the plants have been moved around and adjusted. Everything has been topped up with mulch. I have put up the TP covering. This is the TP greenhouse. I do have flowers inside the TP greenhouse. I hope you can see inside the greenhouse. I hope you can hear me still. I have my aloe vera that has just started to really take off. It's amazing. It was looking really sad there for a while. Get this out the way. And now it is really booming. I have been, like I said, planting seeds, and I have some germination in this pot that looks like common thyme, so excited to see that. But I have been planting seeds to make sure that I do not have to worry about that in the spring. And I've got some growth here, which is strange. I hope you all can see. This is English daisy. I'm going to keep these things in the greenhouse, so hopefully they will do. I'm putting up the frost blankets. I'll be putting up the greenhouse plastic as well. Right now, I just put that one piece of frost blanket up. It's going to be raining here really soon, so I'm trying to hurry this up. I can't do anything with that side because the bottle gourd has continued to grow and try to take over. It is a thug. It's so massive. It just continues to grow. The greens, the Malabar spinach, and the peppers are all doing well. They're all growing and putting on peppers. There's lots of peppers on the plant. You probably cannot see them because they are green, but I do have peppers. Let's see. Peppers. For some reason, my cayenne are turning. They're curling. I don't know what that's about. Some of them are straight, some of them are curled, but I do have peppers on my plant. This pepper plant has flowers. It is also making, let's see, I don't know if you can see this one. It is also making peppers. I ended up with 3 plants of these in the garden. I think this one is Fresno. I still have flowers still coming, so it's making. The bottle gourd is trying to take over. It is producing new bottle gourds. They will not amount to anything. They are edible, they're medicinal. I will put some information about bottle gourds in the description box below, but the bottle gourds are trying to make more gourds, and there's just not enough time for them to get really big. I found one at the very top up there. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. It's medium size. It's putting on some serious growth. The one thing I can say about bottle gourds, the vines and everything, it will get powdery mildew. It does get aphids, and I have a ton of ladybugs all over this plant. I had something chewing on my yard long beans. I have yard long beans in this pot, and I have red, I can't remember what they're called, but they're a red long bean in this pot, and something has been eating it, so I put this in front of it to keep whatever it was from eating my beans that were hanging off the bottom. I harvested everything. I did have some flowers. As a matter of fact, you all can see they're closed up now, but they are still making beans, so I left them. I have some walking onions that look really pathetic in this bag. I'm gonna try to keep them alive, but I can't guarantee anything. It's just been a ragtag time for me trying to make the garden something and trying to keep things alive has been a bit of a struggle, but I'm working it. I'm working it. This also has I put parsnips in here. I see 2 germinations, one here and one over there. I did put more seeds. I'm going to have to put some more seeds because I don't see any other seedlings. I still do hopefully have some walking onions, but like I said, it's been rough for me this season, but that's okay. Life happens. Busy trying to make structures in the garden, which is one of the reasons why some of my garden has suffered some, but this coming year will be different. It will be different. 2024 will be different. I have a new asparagus that I'm growing from seed from my mother plant. I have lots and lots of cover crops that I put in. Little seedlings are popping up. I do apologize for my shadow. It's just that time of the day. I've got cover crops in those pots back there. That is fenugreek. This is supposed to be fenugreek as well as alfalfa, but this looks like clover. Either way, it's a cover crop, so I'm not concerned. This is just a cover crop in here as well, alfalfa. I have propped up the grapevine. The grapevine looks a little ragtag, but that's okay. It will get bigger. It put on a lot of growth this year, so I'm very pleased with it. I did put a cover crop in here. Looks like there's some growth right there. I hope that's a cover crop and not gooseberries, because I had gooseberries in this pot. This pot will grow gooseberries again in the spring, and I'm okay with that. Raspberry pot. I also put a cover crop in here. Again, I put fenugreek. Raspberry is looking really good. The raspberry pot, I have a comfrey down there, and it's looking really good. Let's see, can you guys see that? It's looking really good. So I put a comfrey in the ground, y'all. I'm putting things in the ground. My compost area in a while, but it is still here. I have used all of my leaf mold, which are the 2 big bins towards the back there. These 2 in the front are actually food waste compost. I've already turned the compost, watered the compost, and I'm on the hunt for leaves to get those 2 back there filled up. This is my herb station back here. I have herbs in all of these pots. I have herbs down there, and I have herbs over here. And I noticed today that I have growth in my herb pot. I wasn't expecting it, but I do have it. I hope you guys can see. I have some bergamot growing. I think I have some clary sage growing. I have some bee balm growing, and I don't see anything else. I'm hoping that they will survive. I will put some more mulch here and cover them up because I don't want them to die. Has died back. It did died back. I did put a few more seeds in there. It'll come back in the spring. I'm hoping. If it doesn't, I will reseed 2 pots over here that need some love. I don't have anything in this pot. I'm going to be potting that up. I do have a clematis over there. I think that is the Duchess of Edinburgh. I'm not sure. I have to check the tag. I did sow some sweet pea seeds. I have some white sweet pea seeds in both of these pots. I didn't expect for them to grow, but look at what's happening. The sweet peas are growing. I hope that they're not going to completely die. I hope that they just hang on. But I've got sweet peas. I know this spring, I know they're not hardy, but I did sow a lot of different seeds because I'm just trying to get a jump on my growing. This is a clematis. This is, I believe, my Henryi, and it's taken a bit of beating this summer. It got really, really hot, and it didn't like it. There was some dieback, but it has really put on a lot of growth, and it is going to bloom again. So this is the white Henryi. This pot is empty. I do have to pot this up. This used to have a clematis in it, a small one that I bought from Walmart, but I had a toad living in the bottom of the pot, so I had to keep this pot excessively wet, and unfortunately I had to either kill the clematis or run the frog off, and so now the frog is gone and now the clematis is dead, so I did not win either way. In front of the semi-permanent greenhouse, these died back because of all the rainwater, but they are sprouting again. These are my amaryllis plants. I've been cutting back all of the dead growth, and as you can see, I've got babies popping up. So it is really liking its life. I have put a battered up, a very battered solar panel in my greenhouse. I don't know if I dropped something on it or if one of the dogs ran into it and knocked it down by the back door. I can't remember, but I put some clear Gorilla Glue on it and it was working just fine. I'm going to put some more Gorilla Glue on it because it looks like it's beginning to try to chip a little bit. As I run my finger across it, it's not chipped through here, but I am going to put some more crystal clear Gorilla Glue to make sure that I don't get any water in there, but it is working. I have used my pump and I filled up this water barrel. I have rigged up a little something so that the rainwater that comes off of the greenhouse will filter into the water barrel because it was not doing that before. The greenhouse is beginning to fill up with tulips that I need to be able to pot up stuff in the greenhouse, so we're not going to go in there. As you can see, it was raining, so my spouse put the concrete in there just to keep it dry. I am harvesting, or I'm collecting rainwater. I'm placing the rainwater jugs inside of the greenhouse. There's some back there and there's some over here. I do apologize for my neighbor's dog. He's being very naughty today. The cattle panel is doing fairly well. The peanuts have died back. I did not harvest them. I had peanuts in here. I didn't harvest them. I'm going to leave them. They'll come back in the spring. I did that primarily to put nitrogen in these pots. As you can see, there's a little peanut right there. This is Texas Star hibiscus. This one did not do well this summer. It was either not getting enough water or it was really not liking the heat. So I cut all the dead pieces off, but as you can see, it is beginning to spring back. There's lots of new growth here, which is pretty weird because it's late in the season, so it's gonna die back, and I'll end up cutting it all down, as you can see, like that. Now this one over here, sorry, I went too fast. This one over here, it did take a beating, but it did not die back as much as the other. I have lots of lemongrass down here. I have a experiment in this pot. This is a soursop seed and pomegranates. These are lemongrass. This is my leek pot. I did sow some leek seeds. I see a few popping up. I have a San Marzano tomato in there that is doing much better than it did in the summertime. I have the exact same thing on this side. San Marzano, it has fallen over, but that's fine. I did reseed some leeks that went to seed. I don't see any germination, so I may end up reseeding that pot. I have some more lemongrass. This is a avocado seed. It's a different avocado seed than you normally see in the grocery store. It had that smooth skin, not the bumpy skin, and so the seed is in there. It has not germinated yet. That is the avocado seed that has the bumpy, dark skin, and so that's an experiment. It's doing well. I'm gonna leave it. Flower garden is looking good over here. I have lots of flowers, lots of baby seeds popping up. I have planted a couple of bulbs in my tire garden. My butterfly peas, as I mentioned, they are coming up in that pot. I hope they're going to be okay. I'm going to cover them up. This butterfly pea plant had stopped making, and now it is just putting on. I'm hoping it'll give me seeds. I'm trying not to harvest too many more flowers, but I'm compelled to do so. But I really want seeds, so I'm trying my best to just leave it alone. I don't want to, but I'm trying. That big old spider in there. What a creepy guy. I think he's got a fly in his mouth. I hope that's not a bee. This is a clematis as well. It's a red clematis. I don't know the name of it. I'll have to put the name of all things in the description box below because I can't remember. I think it's called Nubia. The wind is blowing really hard, so I hope you guys can hear me. The orchard area is coming along. My spouse staked in the T-post for me. I have moved the trees back. I am going to wait until it is cold, the wintertime, and start my espaliering of them. But the orchard area is coming along. I have put a cover crop in all of the pots, as I mentioned, over in the fruit area. And I've got some stuff popping up. That is not a cover crop. That is a morning glory, so I'll be taking that out. But that's cover crop right there. And I'd had some beans that I was cooking in the house, and I just threw some beans in there. And I think that's a black bean. So there you, a kidney bean. So there you go. Got some stuff popping up over there. Got some clover. I have some lettuce in this pot right here. So nothing has come up in the cover crop on this one. This is my lady cream pea that I thought had died back, but since the weather changed, it was like, nope, I'm still here, girl. And it is beginning to make. I noticed that earlier today. It is making again. So I will have some lady cream peas. I need to harvest my bok choy. I need to pick my pepper up. And it is also making. I think that is the pepperoncini or something like that. So it's making peppers. I don't know if you can see, but it's making beautiful little peppers. So I'll be moving all of my peppers. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already. If I had said it already, I do apologize for repeating myself. But I'll be moving all of my peppers into the black greenhouse because I do want to save them. I want to overwinter all of my pepper plants to give them a chance to really take root and grow well for me in the 2024 spring. This one I thought was a jalapeno, and I think this one is not a jalapeno. I think this one is a Fresno. So I'm very shocked to see this. That seed must have gotten mixed up because that is not a jalapeno. This was my LSU purple, but it looks like it's succumbed. It must not have gotten any water. I should have done better by it, but we'll see if it's still there. I'm going to leave it be. I have cover crop in here. If the LSU purple died, it wasn't meant to be in my garden. I did have it on the drip. It was getting water. I did move it, so I don't know what's going on here. But I'm not going to worry about it. This pepper over here, I don't even know what this is. Let's see. This pepper, this was supposed to be the red jalapeno pepper, and I don't see any fruit on it, but I do see that there are lots of flowers. I will need to come out here and hand pollinate these. I'll do that off camera because I have got flowers but no fruit. This is my Chicago Hardy. It is doing very well. It is putting on some extra growth. It is also making again a second flush of fruit, so I'm excited about it. So if the LSU purple did die, I'm not overly concerned about that. This is what I want to definitely have in my garden. And so I will propagate this if that LSU purple did die. I thought this limb had died, and it is beginning, it looks like it's putting on, I don't know if you can see, but it's putting on little buds again. So I'm going to leave it alone. But this is the fig that has a special place in my heart. So I will propagate that in the LSU purple pot if the LSU purple has died, or maybe not. I have some other trees that I'm trying to grow. I may end up putting one of those trees in that pot. I'm not going to worry about stuff that's going to die in my garden anymore because I have way too much going on. But this right here, it is making, and this is my Chicago Hardy. And so, yes, go Chicago. My spouse took my board that I was covering my goop juice with, so I've got liquid compost in there. I just threw a piece of cardboard on top. I've got to get, I don't have a cover for that particular bin, so I need to get my wooden board back from my spouse because he's commandeered it. This is a gooseberry that was not supposed to be in this pot. This pot was supposed to be for horseradish and burdock root, and I've got some burdock root growing down there. I see one baby burdock root right there. I don't see any more, but this thing is just all over the place. So there might be some more in there and I just don't see it. But this is a gooseberry that's not supposed to be there. This is a San Marzano that was in the garden from the summertime, and it has begun to put on more growth. It is putting on tomatoes. It is making. So I will have fall tomatoes from now on. I'm not going to grow summer tomatoes. They just don't do well. And until I can have more shade in my garden, I'm not going to do tomatoes until the fall. This was a free tomato seed. It's called something like subarctic something or other. And as you can see, it is making. I am surprised, but it is making. It has a lot more tomatoes on it than it did the other day. I can see 3, 4, 5, 6 tomatoes, just off 7 tomatoes. So I'm excited about that. Maybe 8 tomatoes. I'm hoping that I get some tomatoes that I can take inside. It looks like it might be a slicer. I don't know, but it's called subarctic. I will be growing this one in the fall. I put a purple Russian tomato in there and it didn't come up, so I need to plant something there. Now this thing right here has been so disappointing to me. This is an eggplant. This big old monstrosity right here. It prefers the cooler temperatures because it did nothing all summer long and now it is making. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, is that a bug? I'm gonna have to deal with whatever that is. But it is making. And it's putting on growth. It is ridiculous. Like for real. And I ended up potting up some brassica seeds in there because I was about ready to snatch this thing out. And of course the kale is leaning all into the pot. Let me back up. See the kale? The kale has to be harvested. I told y'all I got a problem about leaving stuff in the garden, but I'll be harvesting that and cooking it up. I put dinosaur kale in this pot, but it has not come up, so I need to reseed because I don't see anything here. This is an Asian green that I cannot pronounce, but it is delicious and it's beginning to come up out this pot, so I need to harvest this. I can now harvest this asparagus, so I will be doing so from here on out. This will be harvested. This is my very first kohlrabi, y'all. Look at this. Successful pink kohlrabi, purple kohlrabi. Can y'all see that? Ooh, that's beautiful. Man, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. I'm going to be taking off these bottom leaves and cooking them up, but that is my purple kohlrabi. Over here, I put in some brassicas. Don't ask me what. I might have put some lettuce over here. I don't know. It says Bloody Dock strawberry spinach, but I don't think that's none of that right there. Over here, I had put some purple kohlrabi, but it didn't come up, so I'll be resowing seeds there. I put some cover crop in here. This is my elderberry. It died back, but as you can see, it is popping up again. I replanted the Egyptian spinach. It died back, but it is coming back. These Swiss chard leaves. This is bigger than my hand. Look at that, y'all. I've already harvested this once. I need to harvest it again, as you can see. Sorry about that. I'm holding my camera with my hand. This is my ruby red Swiss chard. I harvested these. I'll be harvesting them again because they're really putting on. Over here is a shishito, I think. Let's see. I had to move it because I was working in the back trying to put up the, let's see. Yeah, this is my shishito pepper. It is making. I have to prop it back up over this way. Move it so it doesn't get damaged. But it's making. I'll be harvesting these. It has a ladybug on it, so that's disturbing me. That means there might be something on there, like an aphid, that the ladybug is trying to eat. Maybe she's just resting. I don't know. I did have a couple die. I know my camera skills are gross today, y'all. I'm sorry. But that's the garden, y'all. That's a quick tour. It's not everything. It is something. But that's what I'm doing in the garden right now. I also have one more grow bag. I have 2 grow bags. They were gifts. I have a mixture of carrots in here. Looks like I have a low germination, so I'll be throwing some more seeds in here. But I do have germination, so that's good. These are my lima beans. This is my first time growing lima beans. And look at all the flower pods on there, y'all. It's about ready to really make some beans. So I'm excited. I'll be harvesting some of these to grow them again in the fall. Because look at that, taking off. These are my turnips. They are looking very good. They're coming up nicely. I put several different types of turnips, but it only looks like maybe one variety has begun to really take off, because I put one variety in the front, one variety in the middle, and one variety in the back. It looks like I only have turnips pretty much growing in the middle of the pot. I have one little one right here in the front, so the germination on the other 2 varieties was not so great. And I've got, I think this is some kind of an onion, because it's definitely not a garlic, but we'll see. Could be, I don't know. And then over in this pot, this is my roselle pot. It is doing well. I do have some that I will need to harvest here the next day or 2. Maybe even today. I have one. I can see I can harvest today. One right there. But I put some fava beans in here, and I have 2 that have germinated right here and right here. So I'll be getting some fava beans, hopefully. And this is the end of my tour, y'all. This is just the back side of my peppers. I don't think I showed y'all my peppers on this side, but I have banana peppers and some other peppers in here. I don't know these 2 off the top of my head. Oh, hold up, what's this? Well, isn't she beautiful? Look at that pepper, y'all. Can y'all see that pepper? This one I think is my mystery pepper. I even have another one up here. I didn't even know she was even in here. I don't even know. I don't see a tag. I'll have to go around the back. There's a tag in the back there. Oh no, that says Carnival Mix. It says Carnival Mix. So I do have bell peppers. This is a Carnival Mix bell pepper. This must be a green because it's green. I don't know. Well, they all start green, so it may not be green. I was hoping to get some blonde ones, but don't know. And then this is supposed to be a store-bought mystery pepper. I don't know what this is. It's a store-bought pepper. I have no idea. I've been growing it in my garden for couple of years now, and all I know is it's hot. It's hotter than the blazes. And I did not buy whatever this is to be a hot, so I think it's a cross of some kind, but I keep it because I can make who knows what. And this big mamma jamma over here, this is a fish pepper. It's kind of hard to see because it's a lot of fish pepper right here, but let's see. Here we go. Can you guys see that fish pepper? Not this one. Get out the shot, man. This is a fish pepper. This is a fish pepper. This is a beautiful variegated fish pepper right there. Can you guys see how beautiful that is? That's a beautiful variegated white and green fish pepper. So I've got fish peppers all in here. Mine are white and green. Can you all see that variegated leaf right there? I actually have a pepper right here. It's a white one. I will be keeping a lot of these, the variegated ones, for seed because that's beautiful. I'm growing this one for a hot sauce. I'm growing that for hot sauce. So that's about it, y'all. This is the garden. I keep saying that's about it, but I'm gonna show y'all one more thing. This is my collard green pot. I put some different collard greens in here. Got babies popping up. My onions that I sowed are popping up. They're doing well. I did harvest them. I have to harvest them again. But I have onions popping up and I'm excited about it, y'all. Look at that. I have a garden. There are things that survive and there are things that don't. That's just the way the world goes when it comes to gardening. The banana peppers I have been harvesting left, right, and center. This one is looking pretty good. I can probably harvest that one. When they're limey green, I leave them on. I try to let them turn a little bit more yellow before I take them off. So that plant will be harvested again. I've harvested it probably like
4 times now. And so here's another one. I'll be taking this one off. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't like how this one up here look, but that's okay. Here's another big pepper. I think this might be a paprika pepper or that mystery pepper. I do not know. But that's it, y'all. I'm really serious this time. That's it. I'll give you all a shot of the gourd, the bottle gourd. This has been an experiment plant for me. I will not be growing this in 2024. This will be the last season that I grow this for a while. I have plenty of bottle gourds. I will not need to grow anymore. I'm gonna try something different, maybe a different bottle gourd. Maybe, I don't know. I know, loofah. But I'm not gonna grow this particular one in 2024. So that is it for me today, y'all. I need to get on in this house, and I'll see you either in my kitchen or my garden real soon. Bye for now.